Well, that's not counting backwards.
Good morning, streamers and dreamers. Welcome back to day 2 of the first ever EMPI engine battle. I am joined by a completely new commentator. My friends, my internet friends, this is AJ Sims of Low Bucket. He is an authorized EMPI dealer out of beautiful Orange, California.
Yes, sir.
So he's a local dude. Yeah, he likes fuel injection. I'm certainly.
Hey, I'm a carburetor guy. I got my feet wet in carburetors.
Okay, he's got wet carburetors. We should call a doctor. So, hey,
And
first
video.
off, AJ, thanks for being here. Glad
Yes.
you could make it. We're looking forward to a second day of great fun, big dyno pulls, big numbers, Sunoco 110 fumes fueling the air. So,
Right now I got machining oil. That brings back memories, I have to say though. I smell the cylinder.
Were you a
heads
machine
surrounded.
shop kid?
Oh heck yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
And the
Okay.
smell of it. I mean,
Okay.
some people are like, ew. I'm like, oh. Can I rub some on me right now? Just, the feel's
that's-
gonna start something else.
that's
with the
on
feel.
our OnlyFans stream, so
Yes.
you'll have to save that for later, AJ. Thank you. My dad was a machinist. I remember
Visit.
aluminum chips and shavings and all sorts of things around the house. I do remember the smell of
I
cutting
emptied
oil.
my shoes before I got here.
Very
so
wise.
I got no chips
Very
right
wise.
now.
Very wise. All right, so hey, as we get ready to roll here, let me tell you about some drama. So yesterday, Sam from JBUGS was on the dyno. He was going for a warm-up. Terry Burnett, our dyno operator, thought he heard something like a tooth skip or something not good.
And you get, that's a sound that when you hear it, you're like,
Exactly. So his spider sense started tingling. He immediately shut down the engine. It turns out that Sam's engine somehow ingested a nut, a bolt, a washer. We don't know.
we're fingerprinting it right now.
CSI engine battle.
Yes.
Hashtag. So what was I think a tremendous outpouring of support from our competitors. They said, hey, look if he can get it back together, he can run again.
If I was included in the vote, it wouldn't have been no problem also. I mean, anytime something like that happens,
Yeah.
here's the thing. It's usually when something like that happens, everybody else wants to get involved.
Yeah.
I assumed I was going to come in there, we're going to say, hey, all the competitors were here late last night tearing that motor apart
Yep.
just to go through. And sure enough, they said they were fixing it.
Yep.
And got, I think he said a piston in it.
Yep.
Replaced it, and
Yep.
it's back together. And I just heard a pull, and it
Yep.
sounded
Anthony Chica
Pretty-
resurfaced the head that was lightly damaged, and Sam, to his credit, tore it down with minimal support from our team, and got it back together. So Sam, we're excited to see you run. So we're waiting. We've got his engine mounted. We've got signal. We've got Terry Burnett on the handle day 2. Our crew looks like it's ready, and we are waiting for that first signal that we are good to go.
for all of you out there, starting, early. Today's Wednesday, right? I just want to make sure I'm getting my days.
We're Wednesday
straight.
morning,
So much
yes.
going on here. Starting your day off with the sound of an engine at 7,000 RPMs. It already ran earlier. Ooh, I mean,
Yep.
you can't see them, but if you could hear them, my hair
Yep.
is popping up because of goosebumps. Yeah, it's definitely fun. I dyno all the time, and there's nothing refreshing in the morning besides my empty coffee.
Yes.
Burning hot, then making a pull. Making a pull on the dyno, hearing her scream.
Awesome. We've got our first chat participant, Wild Bill. Welcome aboard. Thanks so much for the positive message. I'm hoping when you say cheers, maybe you're in the UK, you let us know. We just got a signal from Larry. We got a thumbs up. Okay, we're getting ready to go. So here we go. Day 2, EMPI engine battle. Sam Mebane, JBUGS.com, has been voted back onto the island by the lovely participants. We got fans on. Here we go. Just a gentle reminder, this is a 2234cc engine. Sam's built lots of engines. This is his first dyno competition engine. All right, we got Rodrigo from Mexico. Hola, Rodrigo. Thanks for coming back. Greetings from Phoenix. Yo, AZ, how you guys doing? Everybody out there on the internet, thank you so much for paying attention. All right, here we go. Something just came loose. Hillary Jacobson, stoked for day 2. Thank you so much. So are we.
Well, Sam's smiling.
Okay, so hopefully there's nothing
like
fatal.
A laugh thing there. Oh, the pulley or something.
Oh, geez, okay.
So something was loose. It looks like the pulley was loose.
Yep,
The stress you're under when doing this,
yep.
and then any sounds you hear, somebody drops a fork in that room, you freak out.
Right. Even though there's a lot of volume, a lot of loud, I'm assuming your senses are heightened when that's your engine on the dyno.
And you'd be surprised when you do engine dyno or chassis dyno, you put the earmuffs on, everybody thinks, oh, it's because it's so loud. No, it tones out everything, and then you can hear the motor so much more better.
Wow.
So you'll hear the little tink sound in a millisecond. When you take them off, it's over. It overpowers your ears and everything. Your senses are kind of flooded.
Well, just watching how the cameras react in the dyno room, you can feel the sound waves and the pressure that's happening in the room. All right, so Larry's indicating we're back on.
My skirt gets blown up every time they run that thing.
Again, that's on the OnlyFans. Friends.
Yes.
This is a family-friendly stream. I just want to remind everybody.
Everybody's wondering if I'm looking down the no, I'm looking at the screen here, just so you know. We're paying attention to the screen because we're seeing what you guys get to see.
Juan Antonio, greetings from Guatemala.
Woohoo!
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you being here.
So they already ran this motor just to warm it up, and it sounds beautiful.
Yep. It's
It
a good
kept
looking
going
motor.
higher and higher, and each time you thought it was done, it went higher, and it kept reading more and more.
That's great. There's a lot of hand signals.
Big horsepower.
I
with
think
numbers
he's
today, yes.
calling for a steal. I think that it's a slider.
So it looks like we have the belt off.
Okay.
So
Yep. Looks like belt's off. Okay. So we're gonna.
looks like the little barrel nut. Something's going on with the throttle.
Okay. All right. Well, the excitement about a dyno is there's always something to double check, something to
there's
adjust.
plenty of fill.
Up, down. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. So just stay tuned, everybody. We've got more dyno action coming here momentarily. The clock is at 26 minutes, so Sam's 4.5 minutes. He's in.
I'm glad
he is getting the full 30
I got decent
minutes.
eyes, so just in case if you have to ask, just
Okay,
just
thank
holler
you,
at me.
AJ. I appreciate that.
It looks like he's a size 38 on the shorts.
Okay. We're getting a lot more detail, so I think that's good news. I'm not exactly sure. So in case you're wondering today, we've got JBUGS. Next up will be Jim and Amy from Jim's Custom out of Columbiana, Ohio. We'll break for lunch like we did yesterday because we got to eat. And then Right Gearbox and Doug's Bugs and Bunnies will be our rotation for today. So tell your friends if you're rooting for somebody. All those Buckeyes out there, I hope that you're rooting for Jim and Amy. They
oh my God,
super nice people and a good looking
weak.
motor.
I should got you a bigger screen.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. That wouldn't
Does
hurt.
anybody have a 60-inch around here?
Hey, Steve at Bug Formance, thanks so much for tuning in.
I think we're surrounded by the holes here.
There's a lot of holes, there's no doubt.
One in the
going
dyno
on?
room right now.
There you go.
And he
There's
is a
Larry.
brave man to stand there while these things are making pulls.
I thought that too. He gets real close to the.
Not the concern of external.
Yeah.
Some of these things are going to make so much power, I'd be afraid it's going to suck my shirt in. You'd just be standing
Exactly.
there suddenly shirtless. Well, can we do some editing to make that happen? That would look so cool.
Maybe
he could have an EMPI tattoo though.
he could. That could be Engine Battle 2025. Maybe
Okay.
we'll try
We're
something.
going to make it happen.
We'll try
AI.
something like that.
It's coming.
There you go. All right, so just, are we back on? Okay, so just a quick recap. So Sam's engine, we mentioned 2234. He's 92 by 84 bore stroke.
Cool combo. Love that combo. Thick wall 92s.
All right, we're back
Sounds
on.
great.
All right, Terry's on the handle.
Crank up the volume, everybody, so you can hear this.
Sounds nice. All right, here we go. Sweeping it. residue off that
leaned in
exhaust.
right there on that thing.
How's
I've done
that?
that. I've unfortunately leaned in on the exhaust.
Oh, geez, that's
That's
not
probably
good.
some of these shorts or pants right there burning off. Previous.
It could be. It could be. All right, so I think we can call that pull number 1.
Definitely the brave one, Steve.
We'll wait for the dyno cell to give us a report. Let's check in on the stream. Kirk and Holly are watching for Jim's Customs. Dylan says, Jim built my Type 4. Good luck, Jim and Amy. We got Greg in Cabo San Lucas. Poor Greg. Have a beverage for us, all right?
Yeah.
Finland.
Ship us a little umbrella.
We got Maki, I believe it's Maki from Finland, so that might be our longest distance viewer. Thanks for joining us, Maki. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. How's the scene in Finland? Is it very popular? Feel free to let us know. Appreciate that. It's pretty awesome that people from around the world are tuning in on this. I'm gonna go infomercial for just a second, forgive me, but the whole reason the engine battle exists is to expose, to promote, to show off what EMPI dealers know how to do, like yourself, like Jim's Custom, like Steve at Wolfgang, like Doug's Bugs and Bunnies, like all of our engine battle builders. There is so much knowledge, and let's face it, these are just nice people. They're nice people to work with, they're nice people to hang out with, and also, what can you do with EMPI parts? What can you do with off-the-shelf EMPI parts? Like we talked about before, EMPI Autolinea bubble top case, EMPI forged crank, any EMPI carburetors, which we have many of, any EMPI cylinder heads, we've got about 16 flavors currently, EMPI valve covers, any EMPI exhaust, our HEI ignition kit, which clearly is keeping up with everybody's big power, and I already said EMPI exhaust, crank pulley. So pretty much, if it's important to the engine in this battle, it's an EMPI part at the builder's discretion. And then in the other parts, for example, con rods, camshaft, valve train, that's all up to the builder.
Yes. The neat thing about that is you didn't put anything on there that was going to cap power. So they were boring builds. This still left the engine builder, gave them the option to go any direction they choose to.
Yep.
The items that are on there are actually, I assume you guys must, I'd love to have been a fly on the wall in that room, because you picked items that are like, hey, we need stuff that we're not putting, ropes and pulling back on the builders. Mm-hmm. Let them do what they want to do. We want them to run our parts, but let them do what they want to do. And if you were, unfortunately viewers can't see all this, but if you go back and look at the motors yesterday, the motors coming up today, they don't look nowhere near the same. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about, like you kept bringing up, the exact same 12, same motor, same combos.
Yep.
1641, 2332, 2165, 2110. What the heck is going on here?
We're living in crazy
engine
land.
builds in the past, and they go, okay, what's the biggest motor we can build?
Right.
2332. Everybody shows up
Sure.
with 2332.
Sure.
I have an FK89. I have an FK89.12.
Right.
Right. That's what ends up happening.
Well, AJ, it's like when I tell my kids something and then a stranger tells them something. I appreciate you echoing what I had mentioned, was that do we want to see 12 of the same motor?
Yeah.
And we really don't. It's like looking at 12 bugs at a car show. They're all different. They're not all the same. There's intricate details. There's color combinations. Is it dumped? Is it half dumped? Is it raked? Is it raised? I mean, there's so many ways to go.
I always say it's an extension of the end user.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it.
You can definitely see it. At first, you look at it, it's a bowl of jelly beans or something like that. It's just different colors.
Yep.
As you start getting in close, you realize we got information.
Hold on, we got a message coming in from the dyno room. 1 moment.
6,000 horse. No.
Hold on. All right, so word from the word from the dyno is we might have a problem. They're going to work through it. The clock is still ticking. Sam and JBUGS have been voted back onto the island, so they're extended the same period of time
It's
to
a
test
win
and
no
tune.
matter what.
Right, and let's face it.
I think this is a testament to reliability of a motor that can eat hardware.
Right, and then run again.
And then keep running.
So we know we've got one pull. We don't know what that number is yet. Sam's got the time. He could he has time for multiple pulls. It's just a question of what's the condition of the engine. Just to recapture the idea, our top 2 from yesterday, our top 2 from today, our top 2 from tomorrow, they go on to the championship round during the EMPI Open House.
Sure. So when it goes on to championship round, is it just numbers, or are you going to re-dyno?
Oh no, we're going to re-dyno.
Oh, okay.
We're going to re-dyno.
Good.
So, as we all learned yesterday, dynos are not an exact science,
No.
right?
It's up to the reader.
Yes, and the operator, right? So Terry learned a lot about our dyno yesterday. He's got a Stuska. It's not a Stuska 800, but he's got a Stuska. He knows how to operate a Stuska. Our Stuska is different than his Stuska.
Yep. I have a Dyno.
There you go.
Mine's different. It's got a little digital readout.
Yep.
Because I couldn't control the water.
Right.
It's starting becoming. I grew up at other shops, and the other shops when they're doing it, they're
Sure.
like it's nothing.
Right.
And then you move on to another shop that's all digital, and they just push a button.
Yeah.
They sit there, start drinking their coffee, and you're like going, "What the heck?" It is not easy. It's extremely difficult to do this.
Yeah, and that's something, what has been learned. First off,
Look at
Sam
him.
Sam at JBUGS is a warrior.
Sam was working out. He must have did some push-ups right there.
Yeah, he's flexing. So
Handsome man.
my hat is off literally to Sam to bounce back from yesterday.
I'm wearing it.
There you go. AJ's wearing the hat. So to bounce back from what I would call heartache yesterday to back and up and running and pulling on the dyno, and we'll figure out what's going on in there. But ultimately, we can call Sam and JBUGS nothing but warriors to get back on the horse after.
He needs to build strictly off-road motors because they're indestructible right now.
There you go. All right, so we're getting air
He's gonna
protection
get a
back
lot of
on, so it
calls
looks
from
like we're going to
off-road
go
teams.
again.
Anything that can consume hard objects and keep running,
Yep.
I'm not going to play out.
All right, here we go. We got a thumb up. We're going to go again.
Oh wait, that's a turbo. You can't do
No,
that.
wait,
That's
well,
a turbo. That's a power adder right there.
Let's call the judges. Let's
That's
call
brilliant.
the referee.
So he's
So-
throwing air down the back of the fan to help cool it.
Yep. And to the stream, biggest power as of yesterday was John at Powerhouse. More details to follow. Stay tuned. And of course, John and
I do have a man crush. He's a good-looking man.
John Powerhouse, John Benson Performance. They are moving on to the finals on Saturday. The cash prizes that will be awarded, we're having a dinner for all the competitors on Thursday. Cash money, $1,500 for first place of the day, $1,000 for second place of the day, $500 for third place of the day. So we will be handing out literally Benjamins at the dinner on Thursday, where all the competitors will get together.
And a free meal. That's probably
And a free meal,
$1,500
that's right.
there.
There could be some drinks if everybody's nice. So AJ, do you have a dyno story, either high or low, that you can share with the audience?
I got a few of them.
Yeah?
So I think the most famous dyno one always has been it didn't happen to me. And I'll drop a name.
All right,
Jeff
hold on.
Hart's story.
We're gonna go again. Let's put a bookmark there, AJ.
Oh, we got sound.
Yep.
Goosebumps again.
All right. That sounded like a
That was a pull
That
up,
was a
pull down.
nice steady pull. So again, just for anybody that's new to this stream, Engine Battle is all about creativity, your configuration to what AJ mentioned earlier. Builders can build what they want. There is no limit on displacement. There's no limit on
There
compression
is
ratio.
method to our madness.
There is. And what we saw for example, from John Benton was he likes small, high revving motors. That's what he brought to the table. He was very pleased. He was going for 100 horsepower a liter was his target. He hit it on the
He's going to
nose.
sell 1,641 1641s now because
Yes.
of that.
It's very likely. So, builders have a favorite recipe.
Yes.
What's
Yep.
your favorite, AJ?
Bigger is better.
Bigger is better.
Yep.
All right.
I'm a bigger motor.
Okay. So
I'm a low end torque. I
Yep.
love drivability.
Okay.
I always tell everybody, if you grab, the gear you're in now, you need to be able to accelerate it. If
Okay,
you have to
I like that.
downshift to go faster,
isn't that what superchargers are for, though?
well, that takes RPM. But if you
got it.
have to downshift to accelerate,
Yep.
in my opinion, you have either wrong gearing or the wrong displacement.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
just go bigger.
Okay.
And now the old saying is always,
All right.
yeah, but they run hot. Oh, let's just say horsepower is direct correlation to energy. Energy, direct correlation to heat. Can't build
Sure.
one without the other.
Right,
So,
okay.
yeah, as you make more power, you got to increase cooling capacity,
Okay.
cooling capabilities.
Yes.
BTUs, it's like buying a automatic transmission cooler for a truck.
All right, AJ, sorry to interrupt. So it looks like I think we're getting a signal that's all that's all she's got. So Sam
In a good
is
way, though.
Sam's
In a really
talking
good
with
way.
Dan from VW Trends. Something about a pull-out poster. I'm not sure what they're saying exactly, but Sam looks happy. So I'm gonna. There you go. He's doing the Old Spice pose. So he looks like a happy dude.
Oh, look
So
at that. Look at that. Yeah.
He must have got what he wanted or close to it. So Sam, again, much accolades to you for
I love the way that
pulling it
car
out
fits under
from
the dyno perfectly.
from
Sorry.
diversity.
I'm admiring the little weird things. So the way the cart just went perfectly underneath that dyno just makes it so much easier.
We're dealing with professionals here.
Yeah, I have the dyno and the same thing, and it had a little brace on the floor, and we couldn't get the cart up and over. And I said,
geez.
"Screw this!" and we cut that thing out of there. Oh, I love it now. And seeing that, it's the exact same thing.
It's the little things that make AJ happy. That's good news. All right, so we're
That
the
is the
dyno
best
room.
looking back
There's
neck I've ever seen.
there's the back of Tyler's neck. I think that is. So
There's no tramp stamps there, just so
no,
you know.
that's good news. So there's Terry on captain of the dyno. So they're working out some numbers. They're going to present those to us shortly.
This is like overlooking a doctor or something like that
while they're operating.
Yes.
Definitely. All right.
And we are alive.
I think you're right. JMC, I think AJ may have a man crush on Sam.
Heck yeah.
Sam is a handsome fellow. We can all say that out loud.
Yeah.
But again, it's his spirit and its tenacity that I'm impressed with, because for a lot of people, yesterday would have been a deal breaker. All right. So AJ, here's what we got.
Breakdown. So it looks like we did a pull one, a pull
Yep.
two.
Yep.
We're talking about horsepower and torque.
Yep. So look at that pull one.
Let's go to pull two first.
Okay.
Only reason why is we're gonna build up.
Okay. Take it away, AJ.
So I see pull two.
Yep.
It looks like we made 131.6 horsepower, 123.4. Now you're saying, is that it? That's all it's got? But no, there's more. So it looks like pull one, when she was colder and liked it even more, we made 149.4 horsepower, 150.9 foot-pounds of torque. That's pretty square. That's a square build right there.
I will admit,
that's a dream motor right there.
I will admit to the internet, I love a nice square motor.
Yes.
Like what you were talking about earlier in terms of accelerating. Do I need to switch a gear?
52 right there.
That's a very solid engine. So Sam, again, congratulations, not just for your first dyno competition and your birthday. You missed the birthday singing. His birthday was on
I was singing.
Monday. Were you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is step out, and Sam's going to step in. He's going to talk with AJ.
Uh-oh. I'm going to move my chair a little closer, everybody.
That's very nice.
I got to smell them.
You
made
seem
some
a-
numbers.
You seem like a smiley fellow.
It's win, lose, it doesn't matter as long as we're having fun.
Okay, so right off the bat,
Yeah.
very square.
Oh, nice.
For those of you who don't know, square, what we're talking about is horsepower and torque pretty equal. That's a dream combo.
Yeah, yeah.
You try to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
I'm trying to build a street motor here.
Yeah, and that's a reality. That's a real motor right
Yeah.
there, when it does power like that.
Yeah, and I mean,
Okay, so fill everybody in, because they didn't see it. Tell everybody about this morning right off the bat.
yeah.
Or tell about last night,
Oh.
because
Okay, so what you guys didn't see is you saw my engine on the stand, and we never ran it on the stand on video. That's because we just tried to start it, make sure everything was good before they even turned on the cameras. That engine ran for about 30 seconds.
yeah.
And it went, as soon as Terry hit the stick to start it, or, hit the starter, it kind of bumped, like he thought the starter had skipped a tooth. Well, it
Yeah.
didn't. That was the
Red
piston
flag.
hitting nut. And so we got it started.
So
We
wait,
ran
did
it.
you bring a motor or a chipper shredder? It sounded like a,
yes.
a chipper shredder there for a second.
As evident by the exploded fan, yes.
Oh, did we just explode a fan?
I exploded a fan too.
Oh, yes.
So on that first
You are
run,
going for gold.
Oh, you know what? Just go for gold, man. Or go for
Okay.
broke.
we
So
gotta-
yeah, this was yesterday. We discovered
How high did they take your motor to?
What's that?
How high did they take your motor to?
A little higher than it should have
I
gone.
was gonna say it sound like it's
It screamed to, from what they're telling me, 7,800 RPM.
holy crap. Yeah.
So I mean, the internals on that thing were built proper. I mean, everything was balanced.
I don't know if
and-
everybody. There's like 7,800 RPMs.
But AJ, it's got
That's not normal.
It's got an FK8 cam.
Yeah. It should have been laid over by then.
It should have been exactly. It shouldn't have gone. Honestly, that engine should have been read
So,
over 7,000. But
I didn't look. I didn't get a
I
chance to look
wasn't
at-
specific.
What heads do you have on this thing?
The D7000s,
Okay.
MPGT-V2, D7000.
So we just took those to 7,800,
Yeah,
and those out of the box, were they reworked?
those are out of the box.
There you go, everybody.
The only thing I did was
Want to build this combo? You can see his combo, what he has.
I don't build engines. This is the fourth engine I've ever built by myself.
You've passed, okay?
Yeah. It revved to 7,800 RPM, and then the fan exploded, and then it was kind of downhill from there, as evident on the next ones. I think we did a little bit more damage.
It would be kind of cool to find out what RPM it actually exploded.
Yeah, I'd like to see the curve.
Just so everybody knows.
Yeah, I'd like to see the curve and see
We
what
all want to
happened.
know. Where does that really go at?
But yeah, FK8, as far as I understand, tops off at about 6,500 RPM. And
What's your compression with
10 to 1, or at least it is on the one side. After they resurfaced it and we put a new piston and cylinder on one side, who knows what it is, but it ran.
Yeah.
And it ran to 7,800.
That's like an old off-road motor.
Yeah, exactly.
You pull down only this side.
Yeah, it's you pull down what's broken, you stick it back together,
Yeah.
and you go.
Well,
And-
they would do that for officials.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1,600 on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
side.
on
It's
this side.
1835
Don't
on that
pay
side.
attention to
Pull
that
this
side.
side down.
Yeah, and I used to race class 11 way back in the day. It's actually how I met
But you
my
never
wife.
did that, yeah.
But yeah, no, we were
Gray
by the
area,
book. Yeah,
yeah.
we were by the book. We had a good engine builder, and heck, as far as I know, that engine's
Okay,
still
so
running.
the biggest question: are you happy?
You know what? I came into this saying 140, 150.
Besides your emotions doing this,
You know what? I'm a pretty level guy.
Yeah.
I'm smiling now, and I'm typically always smiling. But you know, I'm having fun, man. This is an experience that very few people get to have.
I was gonna say people pay for this.
Yeah.
When I got approached about this, I have to admit, when Rob came to me and started telling me about this, I was like, dude, you're a terrible car salesman. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. I've been parts of these things. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody knows. This is huge.
Yeah.
This is massive.
Yeah.
Besides the exposure, we got people from all over. We're looking at a screen here, all over, the country and Japan. I saw there. I mean, it is
I see
huge.
Mark. Hello, Mark Allen. Vintage Excellent. That's my buddy Mark.
There you go.
He does 911.
I know
He
this
does
dude since high
911s
school
now.
days.
Nobody
You
did a
wanna-
Type 4. That wasn't in the rules, Mark.
You want to tell a story about Mark?
Mark Allen. Well, he started working on Volkswagens,
Yeah.
and right when the market changed and eBay
I
was
didn't
starting
mean
to
to
take off.
make you to take it.
Yeah, no. I love Mark to death. He's a great guy. I see Goofy Foot as well. That's my buddy John Acosta. Hello, John.
I see Caesar.
Hi, Jamie. Julio. This.
We're not going to say the first word, Julio.
Yeah, that's Julio.
Yeah,
You know Julio.
I know Caesar.
Yeah. So I mean,
Those of you who don't know, Caesar worked for me.
and he used to work with me. So yeah. Sorry.
Common.
We're getting sidetracked here, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this. This is a
Caesar,
blast.
did you find your truck? I think you found your truck, right?
Maybe we'll talk to him on Saturday. He'll be here Saturday.
Oh, okay, good.
So yeah. But anyway,
$1
yeah.
million cameras.
So yeah. So Mark actually transitioned from Volkswagens to Porsches right when eBay started taking off, and he started pulling.
So he capitalized.
Yeah. Oh, he pulled these things off. He was pulling up apart and drilling out spot welds, pulling these things apart, figuring out how they work. And
Let's just say he can supersize his meals now.
yes,
Definitely.
and nowadays he is one of the world-renowned specialists on 911s.
Oh, there you go.
So, and Mark, I hope you enjoyed that plug.
We just gave you some money there.
Yeah. So,
Uh-oh.
but everybody that knows
We
Mark
expect our
knows
checks
Mark.
in the mail.
Yeah. Take us for a ride. Whatever.
T-shirt, hat, something.
Yeah. Thanks, Mark.
Toothbrush.
So, yeah. So anyway, somebody's waiting for bugs and bunnies. I actually talked to these guys out at their show over in South Phoenix a couple months ago. Introduced myself to them, chatted with them. Those are some
That's right. So
super
you
great guys.
you guys are in Phoenix, or you moved to Phoenix.
Our warehouse is in Phoenix
So
as well. Yeah.
I heard you yesterday. I was following. I'm a geek. I was following yesterday. I wasn't doing much work. For those of you that were calling and wonder why I wasn't answering the phone, I was really busy.
we were doing
Sitting
research.
on my booty watching.
We
some
were
YouTube.
doing research. Yes.
But how's the dry heat?
You know what? I love it. I
How many
absolutely
years
love
have you
it.
been there?
What's that?
Have you been there years?
3 years now.
Okay, so you've experienced summer.
Yeah, and I was telling Eddie yesterday, I was at Prado on Sunday, 80 degrees in the humidity, and it's less comfortable for me than 100 degrees in Phoenix.
I have some property out in the desert, and it's a different kind
It's
of
the
heat.
same thing.
It
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah, as long as you're in the shade and you've got a breeze, you know, our bodies are designed with sweat,
Yeah, a light sweat, you're good.
and you get a breeze and it cools you off. In humidity, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, you step out and you're like, I just took a shower. What
yeah,
the heck?
why am I still soaking wet? Yeah. So no, I love Phoenix.
I experienced that the first time I went back east. Went to Orangeburg drag strip in South Carolina, and we got there. Everybody's wearing towels, soaking wet, walking around like it's casual.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm like, you guys know you can move, right?
Yeah.
It's hot.
Oh, I guess we're gonna go to a commercial break.
Since we first opened in a small retail store in Oceanside, California back in 1988, up until today, JBUGS continues to grow our business with a love and a passion for vintage Volkswagens. We have the industry's largest retail inventory of air-cooled VW products, and our website, jbugs.com, is built with easy shopping in mind. Our hand-picked kits and bundles feature the highest quality products that we have available so that you can quickly find and purchase the parts you need to restore your vintage Volkswagen. Year, make, and model fitment built into our website shows only the parts that fit your VW for hassle-free shopping, and our engine fitment helps to locate the correct products if your engine has been upgraded or replaced over the years. Orders ship fast, and qualifying orders that are shipped in the lower 48 states ship free. Our staff of techs offer support to our customers, and they are air-cooled enthusiasts that know the products and the vehicles. Additionally, our free YouTube channel has over 300 videos with series on building engines, replacing floor pans, start-to-finish restorations, and we add to the library of free videos monthly. With JBUGS, you can quickly and easily get the parts that your vintage Volkswagen needs.
If, like many people, you believe that passion ends, perhaps you've never really fallen in love. Our passion has no timeline, no expiration date. It has intensity, dedication, and loyalty. Because when we are together, every turn, on a family outing, or along competitive straights, the roar of your engine sets your emotions soaring and quickens your pulse. And that's why we've designed the heart of your air-cooled engine with excellence to give you the best experience. And for us to continue like this, experiencing incredible moments together, care is required. And that ranges from the strict control of a raw material to the perfect finish and integrity of the material. We are an authority in the production of cases and cylinder heads for air-cooled engines, a generally Brazilian company with a history that spans more than 40 years of quality, performance, safety, and tradition in over 40 countries on every continent. Every part is manufactured using high-precision equipment and the best tools available on the market. We are committed to your safety and uphold quality assurance as a duty. We developed the different versions to meet all your needs and standards. Everything is essentially thought out, designed, and executed so that our passion never slows down. Autolinea Performance. We drive every mile together, creating memories and sharing stories.
I really believe that Manly is set apart because of our extreme attention to detail and our QC. We hold the tightest tolerances, we use the best materials, we use American materials, we machine everything here in-house, and everyone here is just passionate about what they do.
Our diversity is what makes us stronger. You know, one day we're focusing heavily on pistons, another day we're focusing heavily on connecting rods, another day we're knee-deep in crankshafts. I mean, we do so many different things. Push rods, valve train components, all of our term products, because we manufacture all of our own term products here. Retainers, spring cups, valve locks, all those things we make right here under our roof.
You have to fight to pull ahead, to find your edge, to do whatever it takes to make you 1/10 of a second faster, smarter, more committed than the other guy, because you've got the kind of passion that can overcome the impossible. And we've got the most powerful performance race fuel available to help you do it. Sunoco Race Fuels. Take the lead.
This is our basically Chip Foo's custom wheels, 6.5 wide with specially made GTV caps.
All right, check out one of the features on our car here. This is our number 1 of 50 GTV gauges. Good idea to monitor what's going on with your motor.
This is our GTV deck lid that we're putting on our bug. This one is 1 of 1. There were 50 produced. If you got 1 of the 50, congratulations.
This is our 1915 130 horsepower built by Jack Sacchetti. Close, 130 horsepower on our dyno.
Mike and Carol from SoFine came down and installed everything for us. They stitched our Porsche style seats with our plaid fabric from Spirit of Le Mans.
Check out the one-piece windows that we put on this. We have them labor described with EMPI, GTV.
So check out one of our top selling shifters that we're reissuing, copper plated.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Larry.
And I'm Victor. And this is our 2023 SEMA build.
Welcome back. We just ran Sam Mebane, JBUGS.com. He was voted back on the island by the competitors, was given another opportunity, put down a solid square 149.4 HP and 150.9 torque. As AJ said, that motor is square. I said I like square motors, so we're back on. We've got, thank you AJ. We've got Jim's Custom VW, Jim and Amy from Columbiana, Ohio, celebrating 35 years in business and their upcoming 30th anniversary car show. It's the Buckeye German Jubilee, Jubilee German Buckeye. Take those three words, arrange them any way you like, and it's going to be a big party. I'll be out there. Look for the guy in the blue EMPI jacket that says Rob, because that'll be me, unless somebody steals my jacket. So looking forward to making it out there. We're going to do a dealer visit video with Jim and Amy. It's going to be a great time. So Jim's Custom VW, what we got here, AJ, we've got a 2387 motor. Any thoughts you want to share? Yeah, it's a big daddy. Looks tough. Jim's got a pretty interesting arrangement. He's got some squirrel fan motors on there. He's got a vacuum system, so he's going for maximum efficiency, which should unleash some extra horsepower.
The camshaft? Where do we get to see the camshaft? It's going to tell everything. Where we got? Just got
Jim, I like Jim's message. We got a showroom. We ship anywhere in the U.S. Follow us at Facebook. This guy, clearly, if EMPI needs a new marketing guy, looks like he would be able to do the work.
The most important question in here: what is your favorite movie or TV show? And Jim's put down 2.5 Men. I can agree.
2.5 Men. There you go. So yeah, when we did these questionnaires, it was a questionnaire. Yes, it was. What we wanted to do was that's all right. I'm trying to keep up, AJ. What we wanted to do was get a sense of, hey, what are you into? What do you do? So in the case of, how many engines have you built? How many would you estimate you've built? Between 1,500 and 1,700. That's a nice range. So been in a business officially.
That's actually pretty precise.
Yep, 35 years. Engine building, transmission building, machine work, service work, and parts. So like we mentioned, they've got a showroom, they've got a machine shop. Jim's actually doing machine work in-house, not jobbing it out, not shipping it out, which is becoming more and more common. It's Jim and his lovely wife Amy. They're running the business. Again, that's not just a small business. That's a small family business.
I need an EMPI catalog. Okay, cool. So we got a part number here.
Yes.
Okay, for all you guys on the internet, you got EMPI catalogs. Look up this part number. Tell me what this is. So, a 21-4307.
Okay.
Only because I'm always curious, because this motor is beautiful, and this motor is going to sing. Okay. You can tell by looking at it, the vacuum pump on this, it's going to make, this is going to be the contender right here.
All right. Well, the way he's organized his data, I'm assuming those are the lifters. He's got a Crowder cam and EMPI lifters. So
camshaft lifters. I see it there.
AJ, you bring up a great point. If anybody wants to follow along, they can go to the EMPIUS.com website. They can click the engine babble, which is in the upper right hand of the homepage. They can click on the logo. So for example, you would click on Jim's Custom VW. You will see their build sheet, just like we see it right here, right now. You will see exactly the recipe. There it is. Thank you for bringing that up.
I think I have the original. Mine's in actual ink.
Yep, exactly. So what you've got here, you've got your required EMPI parts. Then you've got your what I'll call freestyle parts. So your con rods, pistons and cylinders, camshaft lifters, flywheel, rocker arms, etc. Those are all the builder's choice. So in this case, Jim's got quite a few EMPI parts. He's mixed in some other name brands like people like Wiseco, like Crowder. Like
got
JC.
A lot of support on the internet too.
There you go. Yeah, look at that.
Let's go, Jim. And it looks like, so they got it loaded up. Looks like they're doing some video in there. I don't know if everybody can see that. Some pictures with it. Why does he look gigantic standing next to that motor? He's a big man. I'm going to crawl in there and I'm going to be shorter than that motor. Watch.
I got to jump out for 1 second, pardon me.
You can do it. Are we still on the air? Is everybody still there? So just so everybody knows, I wanted to show this. This is from the fan. I got a souvenir. And a couple minutes ago, it was still warm, too. That was the best part. This just shows you stock fan. Don't take it to 7,800, people. Get that welded fan. Here, I'll put
All right,
this
I'm
on
back.
the table.
Hope you guys didn't miss me.
If you want to play with it, I got it
Oh,
for you.
goodness. Yeah, there's a nice fan.
This is the
chunk.
last part we went on this table, though.
All right.
Besides my cracked phone.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so it looks like we are just about ready to kick off.
I didn't hear you wash your
Jim-
hands when you left.
They're all about details, AJ. I like that. So, looks like Jim's doing some final fettling there, making sure everything's in its right place. He strikes me as a very meticulous fellow. So, this
like
should be
he's pouring
very
in the
interesting to
nitro
see how
right
this
now.
goes. There you go. Hey, as long as it's attached to the engine, if somebody wanted to run nitrous, wanted to run a dry
So
sump,
wait, we could do power adders?
you can do power outers as long as they're attached. I mean, it's
Really?
we're not doing forced induction,
Oh,
right?
okay.
We're not doing turbos, we're not doing superchargers. But if you felt like doing some
I mean,
sort
a
of
vacuum pump. There you go.
there
it
you
frees
go.
up power.
Right. So again, another great point. Oiling system, cooling system, completely wide open. So in this case, Jim
And he
took
read that. This is smart for him to
Yep.
do that. He
Yep.
read that, saw that. Now vacuum pumps, you understand what they're doing? Vacuum pump?
we're pulling negative on the crankcase, right?
Exactly. So you're freeing up that pressure that's on the back side of the pistons. You're taking that away because it takes power to move the piston
Mm-hmm. Sure.
back.
Yep.
You have to exert that power, and the whole idea is you're freeing up power. You're not adding, you're freeing up.
Got it.
And
Okay.
basically, by putting a vacuum pump on the motor, now, not typically needed on your street car stuff, but anything that's going to turn high RPM, you get leakage. Let's just
Sure.
say there's an amount we accept, and when you get that leakage going past the piston, you need to do something with it. It's got to go somewhere.
Yep.
And if you can get it out of the way,
So we can evacuate it with the vacuum pump.
Yeah.
This makes perfect sense.
I would say most of your vacuum pumps will get 8 to, depending on displacement size and RPM, but up to 20 horse.
Okay.
And that's free power.
There you have it.
Well, not
well
free.
put.
It probably costs some money, but it's
Sure.
it's free.
Almost free.
Yes.
Well, when you get to sit down with Jim, I hope that you can dig deeper into the strategy there. I
won't
like
ask how much.
the fans in terms of there's no draw on the engine, right? He's got electric fans, and then this vacuum pump to free up that energy.
Yes.
That would be
Even though it's drawn off of the crankshaft with it, it's added benefit
Yes.
versus its drag, I guess you could say, is outweighs
in
it.
terms of its efficiency, we're
Yes.
going versus driving a
Yes.
supercharger that
Yes.
takes substantial horsepower, which is also not allowed. But to everybody out there, I do want to impart that EMPI dealers have tremendous knowledge. EMPI parts are very suitable for building high performance motors. Let me just go ahead and say that again. EMPI parts are high performance, and they are found in high performance
So
engines.
let me get this straight. So an EMPI part is a power adder. That's
in
the new
right
slogan.
in the right
EMPI parts are
configuration,
power adder.
in the
There you
right
go.
configuration, and certainly in the hands of a wise builder, yes, most definitely. Talking about the EMPI Open House coming up on Saturday, we'll have a whole corral of race cars. So whether they're on-road or off-road, whether they're drag cars, whether they're formula cars, we will have a smorgasbord.
Debating over bringing something. I don't know if I want to bring street car, race car. I'm
One of
debating
each?
still. Yeah.
One of each. We'll have a dune buggy corral presented by Myers Manx. We'll have obviously the EMPI sponsored race cars, the Class 11s, the drag cars, etc. They'll all be here. Maybe AJ will bring something out of his collection. And we're going to have a giant car show. We're going to have, by estimates, about 450 cars that will be on the
Only?
parking lot.
Only?
Well, we're trying to be realistic. I think 450. We're going to fill the place up.
Yes.
Gentle reminder, if you're coming to the open house, obviously we're so happy to have you. It's free of charge, car show free of charge. But if you're bringing the family in the minivan or the F-150, you will park off-site. We've got nice big parking. All right, we're getting the thumbs up from the dyno room. Let's stop talking about the EMPI open
I
house
think he
for a
said
minute.
you're number one. Is what
Oh,
that represented.
I just saw a big thumb. So Victor Gonzalez and his big thumb. So it looks like Terry Burnett's giving us a thumb.
Wind direction.
There's a lot of thumbs. Yeah, right. We're checking air pressure, temperature, barometrics, all of that. So I think we're getting ready to start. So internet, appreciate your patience.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Yes, yes.
It's going to sound like 10,000 RPMs.
All right. Well, the Stuska goes to 10,000. So
Only?
only 10,000. This is not Spinal Tap. We don't go to 11 here. We
Yes.
go to 10,000.
So we turned all of ours to 11.
We are also in the middle of the how many people can we fit in the Dyno room competition, and we appear. I think we've
It
got
looks muggy
18
in
or
there.
20 in there. Yeah, muggy's that's a very good description. Not to get mugged.
We are out here.
Just a gentle
We have
reminder.
little feet warmers. You can't see them, but they're little feet warmers down here.
All right, we got sound. We're making it happen. Here we go.
That is not a 1600, people. Definitely not a 40 horse.
Timer is starting.
Looks like he's burning off some of the fuel that he was using.
Yep. All right. Clock is started. Jim's got a total of 30 minutes to make it happen.
It is counting.
Let's go, Jim. Let's go, Amy. A lot of Ohio love on the internet. We got some Puerto Rico too. Hope you guys are doing well.
We're all going to see him.
And yes, that's right. Pinball as well. We're going to have a little pop-up arcade. Captain's Arcade Showroom is going to throw us down with some pinball machines and some video games, so that'll be great fun too. It's no secret I do enjoy myself some pinball. So if you are a pinballer, come on down.
Oh, he's got gas ports on there too. Gas port is
And the indication
the
of what it is.
little smoke out the exhaust.
Okay.
So it's going to smoke a little bit until it gets under the load.
Got it.
Once those rings are under a load and you got compression, the ring expands.
Okay. All right, we're learning stuff here. Tell your boss, yeah, I got to watch this live stream, but I'm learning stuff.
So if you ever go drag racing, you see some of the Super Street, Pro Stock, even some of the turbo guys do it. They'll run gas ports in the pistons. The gas ports are actually little ports in the top of the piston, and they'll run a very loose ring package.
Okay.
It takes power to rotate the motor, so if you can loosen that all up, and once it gets under compression, meaning RPM or load, the ring gets pushed out.
So the drag will go away. We got a
sealing up.
Okay, got it.
Full advantage.
Makes good sense.
Plus the advantage that is on the stroke of the piston, basically your ring is lighter going back basically. You smell tequila?
No. This is nice tea. That sounded pretty good.
A little load.
All right, so Jim and Terry are having a combo.
I think I just saw him say turn it up to 11. I think I saw that.
All right. Let's see what's happening.
Well, he asked him if it went to 13.
Okay, got it. That sounds dangerous.
These are just jokes.
Hello, South Padre Island,
Larry's
Texas.
still standing there. The fan blew up.
Party Cat, welcome back.
And Larry's still standing there.
Just catching Scooby Dog. If Jim was a movie star, he'd be Chuck Norris. I like that. Alright, that's a nice pull right there. So I want to share with everyone.
It doesn't sound like it's working.
It just sounds like it's getting warmed up. So,
So
Terry Burnett's Motorsport mentioned, hey, you know what? Balancing that throttle against that water brake, that's a lot of work. And yesterday was his first day on the job on our Stuska. So
what do you guys normally, when you guys dive, so what do you normally, like what do you, it's a beautiful night for those
Thank you.
Can see it. You need to grab the camera and flip it over and everybody can see this, but it's a beautiful room.
Thank you.
What do you guys normally dyno? Like how big are motors?
Since my tenure, we've done some everything
Is
from
it testing?
Yeah, we
majority
do a
of-
lot of testing. We do a lot of what is this exhaust going to look like, sound like?
Yes.
What are these carburetors going to look like, sound like? How do they perform?
And here's the reason I ask is typically on a water brake style dyno, you will have, I assume it's water brake.
It is water brake. Yep.
You're going to control the water outlet. And
Yep.
if you're not doing a bunch of big, giant horsepower stuff,
Yep.
you'll have it adjusted differently. And
Right.
now when you suddenly slap some big horsepower stuff that wants to reach past that,
Yes.
you have to play with it. And
Right.
it does. It's not like just a flip of a switch.
No.
It takes a while to do it.
Yep.
My dyno has the same thing, and I have a knob on there. And when I started doing just carbureted applications, you're doing certain horsepower, certain RPM, and then you suddenly put a turbo motor on there, and it's totally different.
Right.
Has
The
nothing
behaviors
in
are
common.
totally different. Yes. Exactly. So, no, the running a dyno requires not just quick hands and a sharp eye. You're obviously listening in
So
this
he's
case.
adding oil. Is that what he's doing? Or is
looks
that
like
secret
it.
sauce? I think it's secret sauce. It looks like
could be
Brad Penn. Is that Penn? Probably Penn grade.
Yeah, probably pen grade. That is our recommended fill, and
That's
we
my
want to
go-to.
thank the pen grade guys. Oh, you run?
Yep.
Okay, so AJ's a
My
a pen
alcohol
grade.
car was running Penn grade
Yep.
40 weight
Yep.
and 50 weight,
Okay.
and then race car will typically run in the 1030.
Nick from Pen Grade is going to be joining us tomorrow. So if anybody on the internet's got any questions about Pen Grade, any of our competitors looking for help and assistance, Nick from Pen Grade will be here to help them out.
God, I wish I was a fly on the wall in there. Besides the fan noise, but I'd love to hear what they're saying. Can anybody read lips? Please post.
And CJ Hines, thanks for your help with Dylan's question. We're bringing you on as his assistant for today, so thanks so much for being here. My new favorite comment, my mom is giving me that I don't know response when I tell her about the open house. How do I get her down there? Well,
Free donuts.
I would tell her you're taking her for a coffee, and then, oh my God, Mom, look, all these Volkswagens in front of the EMPI building. We should go see what's going on.
We're going
So-
shopping.
Yes. 301 East Orangethorpe Avenue between Raymond and Lemon. That is where the EMPI open house will be. Just look for the Anaheim Police Department directing cars. For your car show friends, please.
There might be some spy balloons too.
Maybe some drones. Please don't line up before 7 a.m. Gates open at 8. We will do our very best to accommodate everyone. We will accommodate every car club that has been in contact with Henry Maeda, who's our car club liaison. We've got space for a lot of cars. I firmly believe the ground will be covered in Volkswagens
Yes.
and Porsches this Saturday. I do hope that you and your Volkswagen or Porsche can make it. If not, yes, we'll be
You're
on the
going to get
internet.
a call from SpaceX. Hey,
Yes,
we
what
wanna
the
know
heck's
what's going on
there?
right here?
Exactly.
There's a lot of glare going on, a lot of prettiness. That's a big, giant parking lot full of jelly beans.
Exactly. So, AJ, I know you'll be there, right? You'll
Yes.
be hanging out with us. Excellent.
I will be at the shop a little bit, and then I will come down.
Okay. Well, you come and see us. If you're rolling that sweet AMG, you're going to have to park it across the street. But since you're going to bring your Volkswagen,
I was going to drive the fastback down today, but I
Okay,
have to
well
admit,
then-
it runs on E85,
Okay.
and the gauge was a little low,
Uh-huh.
and E85 gas stations are not everywhere,
Right.
and I'm about 8-10 miles from the gas station that
Okay.
sells E85.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, I didn't bring any extra, so I
Sounds
thought
like a
about
puzzle.
bum rushing real quick to the gas station, get
Right.
some E85.
Okay.
Going back, and it's like, no. I could have just went to the gas station right next to the shop, which has regular pump gas, and I was
Right.
like, I could just do a quick little program change, and
Okay.
but I was lazy. And I
So
have to
you've got
admit,
switchable tunes,
yes,
and that's all part of your EFI setup?
yes.
Okay. Very slick.
It's literally a push of a button
Nice.
and done.
Nice.
I'm too lazy to get too complicated.
Okay.
I have to admit that the Mercedes has a better cup holder than the Fastback.
It's not just the bags of torque. It's not just the roar. It's
I
the
don't know.
cup
It's a
holders.
good race. The Fastback beats the Mercedes.
Oh,
But
wow.
I have to admit, but if I'm traveling in New York, I'm taking the Mercedes.
Well, that makes
It's
sense.
just-
I think that makes sense.
it's that air ride.
That's nice too.
So Jim's holding up there, 89? And this little picture there.
Yep. 35 years of experience since 1989.
Yep, 35.
Jim and
I
Amy have been
should
running that
read
shop.
The stuff to the right of it.
By the way, Jim's Custom VW. If you happen to be on Facebook or near Facebook, why don't you go give it a try? You could also look up Burnett's Motorsports out of beautiful Clovis, California. Terry has volunteered his time to be with us. He got here Monday. We're going to keep him busy till Saturday. Jack Sacchetti will take the handle on Saturday. Jack knows this dyno intimately, we'll say. So the mysteries of the water break.
Say things like that.
We're, like I said, the OnlyFans. We're just, that stream's getting bigger and bigger every minute. But Jack knows this dyno
My
very,
phone keeps
very well.
vibrating. Apparently, I can supersize
Nice.
for a couple months now. Okay, so I wanted to read this right here.
Yes.
So from Nicole, VW Cruisers having a watch party in Ohio.
How cool is that?
Waiting for Jim and putting a tranny in one of ours.
You've got this,
You've
Jim.
got this, Jim.
That's nice. That's got to feel good. I know Jim and Amy are both watching closely. I know Jim's head is full of what else should he do, what else can he do,
Yes.
Besides wear those awesome EMPI vans that he's rocking right now. But,
Looks like they're doing a jet change.
okay,
I'm socializing with you to realize I'm not paying attention to what they're doing in there.
that's
So
all right. And yes, we love Amy too. That's awesome. So we got somebody coming in from Netherlands. Hey, Albert. I believe we would call this lekker. This whole event is lekker. I think it's the Dutch term, lekker. That means, I believe, good or tasty is what I was told.
oh boy, you hope so.
I'm
Or somebody
crossing
played a
fingers.
terrible game.
Yes. Have a Dutch family friend who taught me a few words, and I think none of them are curse words, but I'll go ahead and stop there. So Albert says yes, spot on. Thank you, Albert. Appreciate it. So let's see. We talked about Guatemala. We've got Netherlands. We had Finland.
I saw Japan up there.
We have somebody from Japan. Clearly, we're across the U.S. Everybody's rooting for Jim's Custom, for Jim and Amy. So this is kind of an international event for our first go-round. So there's been a couple bumps in the road. I won't deny them. We've learned a lot about our Stuska, especially with some of these big displacement, big power engines. We are being dynamic. We are learning, and we are moving forward.
Most of you, if you've ever dynoed, when you look at something like a engine dyno like this, it's got a load cell. Well, in this case, it's basically this one uses water brake that basically is going to move a gauge based off of torque. That's all it's measuring is torque.
Yep.
And then we get to do the math to figure it out, what it makes. It'll all be based off of, typically on this, it's probably a 12-inch run. We got a thumbs up.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna make some big numbers.
Just a quick acknowledgement. We've got Julio from North Korea, and then immediately after that, we've got hello
Big thumbs
from
up.
South Africa, Vancouver, BC, Miami, Florida. We've got some folks from the AZ. We've obviously got some SoCal people. Canfield, Ohio. This is awesome. This is it's really cool to see the community come together, not just to support their favorite builder, but let's face it.
Oh, we got a real long distance one. Fullerton.
That's around the corner. EMPI supports the Volkswagen hobby. Everyone watching is supporting EMPI and the hobby and their favorite builder.
17 minutes and counting.
Bottom line is this is good fun. That's right. So we got he's got 10 minutes.
Is that 10?
Yeah, that's 10.
That's a 7.
I'm sorry,
Here, you want me to clean
17.
those? I can clean them for
17
you.
minutes. We'll have to work on the clock. 17 minutes. 17 minutes. All right. So it only takes 5 people in there to run and monitor the dyno.
Yeah, now the other room is buggy.
Yeah. That was a nice pull right there.
Yeah!
Way to go, Jim and Amy.
I'm going to go do a wardrobe change
Okay.
now.
Hey, Shin.
Yeah, I know
Shin
that
from
guy.
Hot VWs has joined us.
Can you take a picture of you and I take a picture of him?
No problem.
Isn't it?
Thanks, Shin.
Never-ending post.
Exactly. All right. So we would believe that's pull number 2. We got East Rochester, Ohio jumping in. Some Idaho.
Are people guessing? So someone guessed 302.6. That's pretty precise.
Well, that might be a an echo right there. So we'll see what happens. We're not going to say a word until the engine room finalizes and lets us know exactly what's going on. So Jim and Larry are doing some tweaking here, doing some adjusting. Is he going to take the stinger off? Or is he going to adjust the O2 sensor? Or what's happening?
It, so I'm going to assume it was the extension. It looked like was he the one that had the little extension of the stinger?
Okay.
So he had the header coming out and a little extension for
He's
the
got
O2
his
sensor.
O2 bung there.
Yeah.
Okay. So the builders can, obviously they can build in the bung, or they can just, we've got that drop in for the AFR sensor. We've got Marcus from Germany. Guten Tag, Marcus. Glad you could join us. All right, CJ, we get your guess. We'll.
It looks like Jim brought his own earphones too. Did he? Because he's got different ones than everybody else.
Timothy says his neighbors. He's working on engines. He thinks his neighbors think that he's revving his engines when he's just listening to the live stream turned up. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think if we got everyone watching to turn their monitor, their phone, their TV up nice and loud, we could maybe we could make the Earth spin slightly faster. What we're going to do
the dyno room has tilted a little bit. So
what we are going to do
might have to
at the conclusion is we're going to add up the total amount of EMPI builder experience, and we're going to add up the total amount of horsepower. How are you? So we can just have a little listicle about how this all comes together.
Sorry, that was my lone agent for everybody who's wondering.
No problem, no problem. Well, the thing about dynos is that everybody's on the same dyno and the same operator here for the preliminaries, so any variations in the dyno, everybody's experiencing the same variations.
Same Sunoco fuel?
Same Sunoco fuel, everybody's drinking 110 leaded. Thank you again, Sunoco, for being our official fuel sponsor. And very appreciated.
We can taste it?
Yeah. No extra charge. All right, so what we did here, we've got our first half group, our second half group. So beginning at 1 o'clock, Rick from The Right Gearbox will be on, and then Doug's Bugs and Bunnies. This will be interesting. So Fish and his son Hank built this engine for Doug's. They had a family obligation, I think a wedding that they were traveling to, that they could not make it. So in this case, Fish has written out very specific instructions. We're going to give those to Terry, and we will be doing kind of a fly-by-wire in terms of Fish's instructions and Terry's operation of the engine. That'll be our 4 engines for today. And then, of course, tomorrow...
So like Bluetooth, basically.
Almost Bluetooth, yes, almost Bluetooth. So we'll be running those 4 engines today. Stay tuned for more. We'll break for lunch at 12. But in the interim, we suspect another pull that will be coming from Jim's Custom VW. Stay tuned.
Good morning, man. How are you?
Good.
So I was looking at Jim's questionnaire. I like the question, if you weren't operating a successful air-cooled shop, what business would you most like to run? And he says, trucking. I used to be an owner-operator before opening a Volkswagen shop. So that's 2 very different skill sets.
Easier for you to say.
Exactly. One very, you're literally running your own show. You truly have the wheel and the pedals. And then the other where people are walking in with challenges, with troubles, with problems, with questions, and you got to walk them through it. So Jim clearly must be a patient fellow, and probably also enjoys some time out on the road, I would guess.
So let's give credit to his role models.
Yep.
You see it down there, Walt and Steve, 2 helpful friends.
Okay.
Walt and Steve, we all appreciate you. We all need people like you.
Wherever you are, thank you for helping Jim. That's one of the, everybody needs a mentor, everybody needs inspiration. So I thought it was an interesting question to ask the builders. Where do they get their inspiration from?
Okay, so let's skip over to you. How much of this is all you? The questions and everything?
I wrote most of the questions, yeah.
Okay.
That's me. So
Creator.
Well, I what are your hobbies and interests outside of the air-cooled space? Camping and 8 grandkids. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's not a hobby.
That's work.
That sounds. I am not blessed with grandchildren yet. Thank you, girls, for that. The 8 grandkids. That's a lot of grandkids.
So give them a little plug. It says right here, what is your favorite VW event? It says ours. We host 3 events per year: spring, April, summer, July 13th, and fall, October 5th.
Yep. And that summer event, like we mentioned, I'll be out there. So I'm looking forward to meeting everybody out there in Columbiana. Clearly, Jim's Customs got quite a following.
I think we need a camera on Amy here because of the whole time it's Dyno, and she's on her phone and smiling the whole time. I'm sitting there nerve-wracking, and she's just
she looks calm and cool.
Very comfortable.
A couple more shout-outs. We've got some. We got a watcher from Norway, and then next one from Jupiter, Florida. Tracy, California. I think we mentioned Idaho, Huddleston, VA, Marshfield, Missouri. This is awesome. This is great.
If we had a map and we were putting pins in, we'd be pretty busy right now.
Hey, Lino. I see you, Lino. You and your awesome transmission building capabilities. I'm going to just put in a shameless plug. If you go to the EMPI YouTube and you go check out Lino in our Rancho Transaxle build video, you can watch a true craftsman making something spectacular. That'll brighten your day, watching somebody take a bunch of pieces of metal and turn them into a real live gearbox. Daniel, you're welcome. Bremerton, Washington, we see you. And then Pat at Taft. All right, way to jump in there, Pat. Pat at Taft is running tomorrow. I'm expecting some pretty interesting things from his engine. This guy has got a background you would not believe. You are definitely going to want to tune in tomorrow and see him go.
You know, I need a mobile one of these.
You need a what?
I want to be in the dyno room.
You
want to be asking them.
Next time we'll get you
give me the little hip pocket little microphone.
All right, we'll make you mobile next time.
I got a body cam. You know.
So let's AJ, do me a favor.
Sure.
CJ Hines is asking about the vacuum setup. Why is that better? Can you go through it again?
What's the difference and why is it better than just venting? So think of it this way: when your motor is running, you build compression. There is some percentage of compression that's going to leak past the rings. We already know that. We accept that when building any motor. When that leaks back, think of the 4 pistons have to come back in at different times and they compress. You have to move that, basically. That's one end of the spectrum. The other thing is you're taking that tension off of the ring. So if you're going to use something like a gas port or anything, you're allowing that ring to even basically not have
CJ,
to
we'll
fight
get
that.
back to you 1 second. We got the fan on, we got the engine on. So let's see what we got here. Hold on, all right?
Looks like we did a jet game. I see Shin's hair blowing very beautifully.
Nice. Sounds like another great pull. Really looking forward to seeing what the numbers look like there. So as you continue about the benefits of running the vacuum pump, we are displacing.
Freeing up the pressure on the backside.
Yes.
And getting rid of that and sucking it out. So the piston, when it comes back in, it's not exerting energy just to rotate and start the process all over again.
Okay.
It takes power to make power, but when you do something like a vacuum pump, it's freeing up power. You got to remember, everything you're doing on these motors, you're not adding power.
Right.
A very common thing people say, I want to get dual cars. How much power is it at? It doesn't add anything. It frees up power.
Gotcha.
So you're going from the maximum potential, and then chip away at that, and then the items you add will free that back up.
Okay.
And that's the way you look at it.
That is a whole different perspective. It's valuable having someone like AJ here to help us with the nuances and the details. So again, I appreciate you being here, AJ. people want to get a hold of Low Buget, what should they do?
You can visit lowbuget.com, and it's spelled LOWBUGGET. So I always tell everybody it's a low, it's a bug, you get.com.
There you go.
And it's a quickie little thing. People always ask, why do you have that name? Because when I was young, I was a terrible speller now. I can't spell with the crap.
Oh, we're learning a lot of things here.
So when people would say, dude, you're a total low-budget racer. And I'd say, oh, yeah, and it started sticking. You're a low-budget racer, because I didn't care about the look of the car or the quality of the car. I just wanted to go faster.
Yep.
But when I started writing low budget, I spelled it wrong. And I spelled it as Buget. So
here's a guy that embraces his faults. I'm pretty sure Amy went into the dyno room and gave Jim a hug or maybe a kiss. So I suspect that's a good thing. All right, so
she probably told him to get back to work.
Yeah. Hey, quit messing around here. Win us some money. For everybody that's new here, so Engine Battle, we've got a total of 12 dealers that are competing.
You're welcome, Rodney.
The winning score will be the maximum, the most horsepower divided by the displacement of the engine, as we talked about earlier.
Hence the 1641.
Exactly. Different strategies, different approaches. No true requirements on bore, stroke, displacement, compression, completely wide open.
So basically what that means is you could technically make the most power, but that doesn't mean you're the winner.
Correct. Because we've got a factor for that size. And, again, everybody
Which
loves
opened the
big
door
motors.
for the cool factor. Because if you did the most power, my brain goes toward, does EMPI make an 88 or 90 stroke crank? I mean, let's put the biggest piston, biggest. No.
Exactly. So a little bit of a Rubik's Cube, a little bit of a puzzle. I'm not going to say Sudoku, but definitely something for you to roll around in your mind and figure out what is the way to use these EMPI parts, which the required EMPI parts, use other parts I know, love, trust, that I've built with probably before, and then take that formula, which is, admittedly a little bit loose. It's a loose formula. It is not a spec motor.
It's like a meatloaf competition.
Yeah, to a certain degree. Yeah. You want the egg in the middle. You want the ketchup. You want the pepper. You do funny
ketchup?
faces on top of it.
Sorry, America. I apologize.
It's okay. We all had our meatloaf phase growing up, I assume.
Different. Yeah.
So the goal was 12 different engines, 12 different builders, truly 12 different ways to configure these EMPI parts. All right, so I think we're in the wind down stage with Jim's. And ultimately, beautiful motor, conducted.
Maybe I'll run in there next time and just go, give me 30 seconds of information so I can run back. We got a mic one of them.
I think if there were not like 19 people in the dyno room, we would endorse that. But let's hold on. So where I was going with the engine battle. So we've got a formula that is open to interpretation. You use specific EMPI parts. You use other brands. You know all the other brands. And then your power divided by your displacement equals your score. We've got cash money prizes, first, second, third, each day.
How much cash?
$1,500 cash to the number one. 1,000. That'll be on Thursday. We're going to hand out envelopes on Thursday. $1,000 for second place, $500 for third place. So cash money, and then the victor, the champion, EMPI buys their engine for $15,000.
Sweet deal.
My favorite internet meme is, you guys just want to buy that engine so you can tear it apart and learn how to make racing engines.
But wait, it has EMPI parts already in it.
Well, there's that, yeah. So, again, a conspiracy is a conspiracy. Yeah. God bless those people.
So if you pull apart, that means you're going to see really big ported heads.
Yes.
That's a gimme. And a big camshaft.
Right.
And a lot of compression.
Yeah. So.
We might see a motor with gas ports.
It's crazy.
You guys didn't know how to do that already?
And we know a guy named Jack Sacchetti.
Yeah.
And we know a guy named AJ Sims.
And you got Anthony over here.
We know
got
Steve.
Head guys. You got.
Right. So, again, EMPI dealers, EMPI parts. That was the number one objective.
Sacchetti.
I think we've accomplished that. So, winning engine, EMPI buys it. We take it on tour. It appears at SEMA. booth 23427, by the way, if you're already planning your route around
What is that
SEMA.
number again?
23427.
Okay.
That'll be in the Racing and Performance Hall, by the way. And obviously, if you make it to SEMA, it's now open to the public on Friday, so you can
Is it really?
buy a ticket.
I haven't been there in a few years.
You can now buy a
Open
ticket.
to public.
It's-
It was
you can-
pretty much open to public before.
you-
Everybody worked for everybody.
Another topic altogether.
Yes.
I'm not going to step on that one. But
We love you.
the EMPI dealer with the winning engine, we will invite them. We will get them a pass. They can hang out with us at SEMA, which is November 5th through the 8th this year. And my
Free
goal,
koozies, free pens.
That's right. My goal is for that builder to get exposure to the couple 100,000 people that roam through SEMA from around the world and say, wow, a Volkswagen motor did what?
Yep.
And you did that with off-the-shelf parts from EMPI? What?
Yep.
I want one of those. And where does the line start?
Yes.
So that's the goal.
We get that a lot.
I believe that we will deliver that. So someone's asking, who's the leader of this battle? So yesterday, the leader was John at Powerhouse. He took away the big money. John Benton took away second place, and Steve at Wolfgang took away
we
third
got
place.
numbers.
All right, we got some numbers here. AJ, I'm going to let you do the honors. Oh my,
Oh, we got
that
new
looks
leaders.
nice. That looks real nice.
And it's consistent.
Yep. Wow, very consistent.
Are we on air? Are we on air?
We are on the air. Go ahead and hit it, AJ.
So let's go over this here. So where's our top one here? So it looks like, okay, of the three successful pulls here, very consistent numbers.
Yep.
I'll tell you all three. But the second pull was the most powerful horsepower pull. Okay, you ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
Where's the drum roll? I didn't hear it. 225 horse, 0.9.
Yep, so almost
Just
226.
Just a hair on
Yep.
it. With torque at 182.5.
So not square, but that's a lot of torque.
So that's 6-ish,
Yep.
65-ish,
All right, so let's do some math. You hold on a moment.
2387.
So we've got 225.9 divided by 2387 equals a score of 0.094.
Check it out.
So that will be the leader for the day. So that is the peak HP divided by the displacement. That's the number. So AJ mentioned consistency. Pull 1, 220.2. Pull 2, 225.9. Pull 3, 220. So talking about consistency of the dyno,
220,
I believe
225
we have found our balance point. Listening to the pulls,
I want to know what RPM.
you know what we can do is I'm going to get Jim.
Get Jim in here.
I'm going to step out because you want to hear from Jim.
I got to ask. Right off the bat.
That was some consistent work right there. Yes, it is. Look at that. So when you're ready, hit the red button. Let me just get myself out of here.
Hit this one.
Yep.
And you met AJ, right?
No.
You'll be able to hear me and I'll be able to hear you.
Okay. Nice to meet you, AJ. Heard about you a long time.
Press that button right here. Let's get you going. There you go.
Anyway.
I only know because they showed me. That's
Oh, okay.
I don't want to act like I've done this before. Are we going already? Oh, we got a thumbs up. First off, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, AJ.
You got the best looking ring. If everybody
Yeah,
can see
there
it
you
on-
go.
Look at that beautiful thing. She got a match it. Right off the bat, I got the question. I mean, you're going to tell us everything about it. How much RPM? Because the thing sounded really clean all the way through.
That was only, I think, 6,500 RPM.
6,500, everybody.
Yeah.
And very consistent.
Right.
Awesome.
It's all stuff off the shelf of EMPI. I mean, hardly any modification to anything. So, I mean, it's something you can show up at our store and buy direct.
And that helps. a lot.
Right.
It's not an extreme
No,
custom build. You have
no.
to wait 2 years to get parts for a
No,
build.
it's-
This is a normal build.
Right. I mean, you can buy everything right off the shelf from us, yeah.
And that helps. That helps immensely.
Right.
Because here's the thing. I assume if you guys are into building your own motors, you
Right.
can order the parts from them, or you can have them build it. And it's not this. I know from the industry, if you're ordering something custom, you got to wait for it, do all that. It is so awesome when it's in stock.
Right.
Because if somebody calls up and orders something, you tell them, yeah, no problem. I have it here Thursday, in the mail to you, Friday.
Right.
That helps a lot.
Right.
So, I know we have it. We have the information, but everybody out there wants to know. Give us your rundown. How long have you guys been in business?
35 years. It was
And
a
what
hobby
got you
turned
into
into business. Well, I've always been in the Volkswagen since probably
Like
fifth
grew up
grade.
around it?
Yeah.
6 degrees separation no matter what,
Yeah.
you're part of it? type of
So I had another business, and this was on the side, and it just took over. So
thing? Hobby turned into a payable.
Yeah, 35 years. We put on 3 car shows a year. Our
So
30th
what
one's
was the
coming
date?
up.
So I saw that 3 cars to shows here.
Yeah.
Looks like April 1 just passed, July 13th,
That's our main big one, yeah.
and then it looks like October 5th.
Right.
And you guys are in Columbus, Ohio area?
Columbiana. We're on the northeastern side of Ohio, right along the Ohio-PA border.
What's the weather like right there right now?
Actually, it's nice
Probably
out
nice,
there
huh?
right now. Nicer than here.
And your wife was over there
Yeah.
smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
And then she went in and came back out. We were wondering, like, what did she just tell him? We're like, did she say, get back to work?
Yeah.
Because you were smiling
Vacation's
inside.
over with.
Yes. Okay, so are you happy?
Yeah.
You have a dyno at your shop?
Well, no, but a friend of ours right around the corner raised Dyno in Columbiana.
Were you seeing numbers like this there?
We did
Dyno reads
226.
a little
We
bit.
did 226. So.
Okay, right there. Look
Right,
at
yeah,
225.9, and he saw 226. That's pretty consistent.
Right.
You can tell him, hey, yours.
Man, they're all 220s, you know.
Yeah, it's
so, yeah, it did good.
repeatable right there.
Right.
That's huge.
And it's, like I said, it's nothing major modifications. It was, we had to, build all the other engines at home, so I only had limited time, so I didn't get too crazy. So.
And I have to admit, when they hit me up about this, and people were asking, why did you get in it? I'm so busy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be honest with myself. I would neglect what I'd want to do and not be able to do it.
Yeah, I
And
got to get a special thanks out to Walt and Steve back home.
we saw that. We were giving them a plug because
Yeah.
anytime you can plug friends, I'm right there with that.
Yep.
So on this motor, is there things that you're looking at it now and you're going, God, I wish we would have did this or wish we would have done that? Or are you just like, no, this is exactly what we wanted to do?
Yeah, I could have definitely, well...
I would have beat myself up thinking
I
of
could have,
different
yeah,
things.
I mean, we could have went a little smaller, or the way they're dividing by CCs.
I just learned that, but you still did good.
Yeah, I mean, we could have went smaller in that sense. I probably would have, but I mean, and naturally I could have done some more work to the heads and stuff like that. But like I said, it's everything that somebody can say, I want to build the same engines. All right, we got it right here.
Exactly.
So, I mean, no major modifications or
And,
anything
and
like
for
that.
those of you guys that are at home, when you're doing this with the motor, the more crazy, if you're looking for just numbers, great. The downside is it's not realistic.
Right.
It's a farce information because it's not a common build. This is literally, you guys can build this and you can order a motor like this.
I mean, we've had, this would have been about 6 poles all over 220. So, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Bus motor.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. This is great to see this. It's great to see big power. I'm glad I wanted to see a big motor because we had the small motor, a little 1641 yesterday.
Yeah, that's where, he got 164 horse,
Yeah, at first I was like, why are we doing this? And then
Well, when you divide it by the CCs, yeah.
I method to the madness.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
That's where I,
Yeah.
in hindsight, I screwed up that I changed. But
Well, congratulations,
all right,
man.
nice meeting you.
The best jewelry here.
Yeah,
I just want everybody to know that.
thank you. Thumbs up to everybody back home.
So we're taking a break, everybody. Go eat your food. Come on back. Get a refill. We'll be back here in, I think it's an hour. I believe an hour
Yeah.
from now. So congratulations.
All right,
again,
thanks a lot.
man. At 1 o'clock.
You have to fight to pull ahead, to find your edge, to do whatever it takes to make you 1/10 of a second faster, smarter, more committed than the other guy, because you've got the kind of passion that can overcome the impossible. And we've got the most powerful performance race fuel available to help you do it. Sunoco Race Fuels. Take the lead.
If, like many people, you believe that passion ends, perhaps you've never really fallen in love. Our passion has no timeline, no expiration date. It has intensity, dedication, and loyalty. Because when we are together, every turn, on a family outing, or along competitive straights, the roar of your engine sets your emotions soaring and quickens your pulse. And that's why we've designed the heart of your air-cooled engine with excellence to give you the best experience. And for us to continue like this, experiencing incredible moments together, care is required. And that ranges from the strict control of a raw material to the perfect finish and integrity of the material. We are an authority in the production of cases and cylinder heads for air-cooled engines, a generally Brazilian company with a history that spans more than 40 years of quality, performance, safety, and tradition in over 40 countries on every continent. Every part is manufactured using high-precision equipment and the best tools available on the market. We are committed to your safety and uphold quality assurance as a duty. We developed the different versions to meet all your needs and standards. Everything is essentially thought out, designed, and executed so that our passion never slows down. Autolinea Performance. We drive every mile together, creating memories and sharing stories.